Hello, this is Dames the Goblin, and this is my web show, the web show that brings quality entertainment at half the price. Today, I have to apologize. I haven't been making videos lately. I think it's been about a month and a half to 2 months since I made a video. And that was because of a few reasons. One, I'm trying to get myself together. Now that it's spring, I have a lot of things that I need to do, and you notice I'm walking around outside. A lot of people on Twitch were annoyed that I kept shooting videos inside my room, and they misinterpreted a lot of stuff for different things that made it seem a lot messier than what it was. So I decided, hey, give them a free nature show. Today, though, I wouldn't even be making a video as of right now. I'm really dedicated to making this man cave, this workshop for CNC and 3D printing possible. I'm saving money as of right now to get a Pocket NC, which for those who don't know is a very, very sweet looking 5-axis CNC machine that's about the size of a desktop computer. They're relatively inexpensive, and I am really excited that I'm saving money to get one. But that's not what this video is about. It's also not about the fact that I lost 35 pounds since the last video. I've been making a lot of lifestyle changes, and I realized that the way I was acting, the way I was eating just wasn't going to work for any long period of time. I realized that I was getting a lot lazier since I left college, and it took a rude awakening to know that if I don't start working and doing stuff to make things happen now, I may never get the chance to. So, for the next few months, videos are going to be few and far between. And they're mostly going to be outside. The video today, I wouldn't normally wouldn't even do. I don't normally do reviews on eBay sellers, nor do I do reviews on individual devices itself unless they're really, really, really awesome. And this happened to fit the bill for both. First off, I'll link the seller in the description. I wanted to thank them very much for the service. I called them asking them about this product. And yes, you see, I'm deliberately trying to make this as drawn out as possible, but what it is MiFi 2 from Novotel Wireless. Now what this device actually looks like, because I'm using this right now, is it looks kind of like this. It's a touch screen, mobile hotspot device, and I'm going to give you a little info on it after I tell you a little bit about the seller and my experience with him, or her, or them. Can never be too sure. My experience was really good. First off, this seller has about 3,000 reviews. He has 100% positive reviews. So if that means anything, that means that he is to be trusted. If you are buying from him, you can expect a really good quality product, or if something does go wrong, he'll correct it, and he'll make it work out for you. But that's only the first thing. Second thing is when you're buying devices from him, you have to call him in person before you do. This is so he can get a feel for where you're at and whether or not you're able to be, or whether or not his product would work for you. The product I got with this, it came preloaded with a plan from Simply Mobile. And for those who don't know what that company is, it is a mobile wireless company that tethers off of T-Mobile. T-Mobile in and of itself gets a lot of bad rap, but I use T-Mobile for everything. Why? Because it's all I get. I live 5 miles from the middle of nowhere, meaning if I need some type of internet service, I have to drive at least 15 miles to the nearest McDonald's, or I have to settle with unlimited 3G that I have through Virgin Mobile, which has also served me faithfully since I've started being their customer back about 10 years ago. So more than almost half my life. T-Mobile, I have started using their product, or using their services, for about 3 months. And I haven't had any problems with them as far as service quality. They're one of the very, very few that can actually reach this area. It is actually very nice. That's not what makes this plan interesting, though. They offshoot off of T-Mobile, but what they advertise is unlimited. Yeah, I said that right. Unlimited. And I'll explain just how unlimited that is in a little bit. 4G, which has an average download speed, or which has an average down of about 25 megabits, and an average up of about 19 megabits, which is very, very good for a wireless mobile hotspot. That is very, very good. I do not get Verizon in my area. I do not get AT&T. I would not get them either way because T-Mobile and Virgin Mobile have served very well for what I need in this area. Verizon, I found through their phones, is very, very, very expensive, and their service just isn't up to par with that expense. With AT&T, it's a little bit the same. It's in between T-Mobile and Verizon as far as expense. The service is a lot spottier. You can have service 3 bars in one area and less than 2 feet away have 0 bars, which I can't have. I had a AT&T device for about 3 weeks before I sent it back, and they probably updated their systems. They probably updated their cell towers now. So for all I know, it could be different, but that's just my experience with AT&T, and I'm not going back. Sorry, I just drank a lot of pop. I had a splurge day. I drank half a 12-ounce can. I used to be known as Pepsi Man, or the Pepsi Man, because I was addicted to Pepsi, and I went cold turkey, and now I can barely keep the stuff down. I'm rambling, but anyway, this service is unlimited, And what I mean by unlimited is no throttling. No throttle internet. Now, for those who aren't immersed in the tech world, for those who are still on their unlimited plans, most companies, almost all companies, have a throttling system used for their unlimited plans. They added it in secret to their service plans. They didn't tell their customers, but it's a way to cut bandwidth down so that they aren't as loaded. What they'll do is if you use a certain amount of gigabytes each month, they will throttle the connection, or they will cut it in half. Or in T-Mobile's case, if it's throttled internet, they will cut it from 4G to 2G speeds, which is just barely above dial-up. And then they'll tell you, well, you're using too much data. It's not fair for the other people on our system. You're using a lot more bandwidth than you should. This plan from Simply Mobile will not be throttled at 22, which is what most companies cut off at. It will not cut off at 2,000 gigabytes, which is very nice. I will enjoy this a lot. Now, for those who, it's the evening, the sun's going down. I had a hard day at work, but I wanted to make this video to talk about this plan and to talk about the seller. I talked about the seller a little bit. He was a very, very helpful person over the phone. He told me a lot of the info I didn't know. I knew a lot of info as far as what the plan is, or not what the plan is, but like different Wi-Fi connections and how fast they were. So this unlimited 4G LTE internet really, really intrigued me. So I ended up calling him, and he started talking, because my main question was, who would I be paying? A common eBay scam as of right now, and I'll use myself as an example. I sell you these mobile hotspot devices. I connect it to my place of business. I connect it to a server on my business. Internet service provider that's not that expensive. And then I tether off of T-Mobile. Or I tether off of Verizon Wireless. And I tether off one of their business unlimited plans. So not only would you be forced to connect to my server each and every time, but you would be forced to, depending on where you're at, you'd be forced to have higher latency, higher ping, just really, really crappy internet. You'd get 4G and you'd have really fast downloads, but the ping and the latency would be off the charts. So I asked him, who exactly am I paying? Am I paying you, the seller, each month for this internet, or am I paying T-Mobile? And turns out I was wrong on both accounts, because he just said T-Mobile service. I'd be paying a company called Simply Mobile. I'd be paying them $60 a month, and I'd be paying them for unlimited 4G LTE with no throttle. I looked up Simply Mobile, and they seemed like a very reputable company. They have service areas in a lot of different locations, and anywhere you can get T-Mobile, you can get Simply Mobile. So I was really interested. I ended up buying the product yesterday. This was in Florida, and he said he would send it 2 days shipping. it came today. I must have gotten very lucky because they sent it overnight air. At no extra charge, it seemed. Or they got very lucky and it happened to... Because sometimes if you get 2-day shipping and the overnight air has extra seats, they will put some of the 2-day shipping into the overnight air to make it go, or to make it fit, make the load complete. So I must have gotten very lucky and got that. I ended up getting it today at around 4:30 via USPS. There was only one problem with the device, and that was how he mailed it. I wouldn't expect a company with that many favorable reviews to be shipping a box like that in a paper mailer. And to be honest, I blame USPS for that 100%. USPS has a kind of a thing where if you want to use their 2-day shipping, you have to use their paper mailers. At least in my area you do. And they will not accept any other mailer for shipping under that particular policy. You have to use their 2-day shipping mailer, and it is made of paper. Or it is made of a thicker cardboard. That cardboard should not be used to ship something like that. There are a lot of rollers and stuff like that, and it ends up ruining the paper the more and more, if it gets upgraded shipping, it ends up ruining the mailer very quickly because 1-day shipping has to go through a lot more rollers and a lot more manhandling. So with that, I don't blame the seller, I blame the company. Now I'm going to be making a call later and I'm going to tell him what happened. I'm going to tell him as a business owner to a business owner, hey, you might want to charge a little bit more for shipping and then invest in bubble mailers, because bubble mailers for something like that are your best friends. As far as the product itself, downtime or download speeds, which is different from down speeds. Download speeds are about 2.5 megabytes a second, and its upload speeds are about 1.9 megabytes a second. So for a place out in the middle of nowhere, or 10 miles from the middle of nowhere, this speed is enormous. This is the fastest I've ever downloaded anything. This is the fastest I've ever uploaded anything. So, yeah, if it stays like that and I'm able to use 200 gigabytes a month, which I'm not going to do, at most I'm probably going to use like 50 or 60 gigabytes a month. But if I can do that with no throttling, and they're correct on that, then yeah, I'm going to pay $60 a month. And it's going to be a great deal because it is an unlimited plan, which is very, very rare for a mobile hotspot. This is Names of Goblin. If you have any questions about the product, I'd be happy to answer them in the comments. If you have any questions about the seller, which I hopefully will be linking into the description below, I would be happy to answer questions about him. He'd be happy to answer any questions you have about any of his products. I have a Patreon now. I'm not accepting donations as of this time because I am dedicated to making more and better videos for a month to make it worth your while. But if you are interested in making a donation, or if you are interested in making a pledge, drop a comment I will be happy to let you know when I open it up to donations and to pledgers. Otherwise, I will see you later. Hopefully when this man cave is done. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like and comment leave a like and comment if you can. It means a lot. Thank you very much.